Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the crazy world of COVID back to school night. It's the strangest, I think I've said many times, the strangest back to school night I've ever been a part of. So let me tell you that I am excited. And I mean that literally. I am very excited about this school year. I know it's crazy, but crazy makes for interesting. And Bedlam makes for great art in a lot of ways. And so video productions this year, the one thing I promise you is that I am going to ruin the way your kids watch movies. They are not going to be able to sit still and just consume a movie anymore. They're going to analyze it. They're going to be turning to you in the middle of a film and saying, "Oh, did you see that shot? Did you believe that angle? Oh, I can't believe." And they'll just go on, and you'll just be like, "Stop, sit still, enjoy the movie." And that's okay. They'll eventually get there. But I'm going to mess that up for them at first, and I'm going to certainly make sure that they see movies in a new way. Now, this year is creating some real problems and some real challenges for us in that they don't have film crews. When I have them at school, I have them in groups of 4. And so even if, when possibly, maybe we come back, I don't know how to make them collaborate that closely together. It's going to be interesting. But like I said, interesting makes for great art. And so I am going to teach them the language of film. I'm going to teach them what shots and angles, what a cinematographer does, what a producer does, what a director does, what the rule of thirds is, what composition looks like, lighting. All of those things are what they're going to learn this year. And so it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to do that from where I'm sitting right now and to reach out through the screen, but I think we can do it. And I'm going to need some of your help, if you don't mind. Occasionally, I might need your kids to have a camera person. And so maybe a little brother or sister, possibly you for a few minutes. Otherwise, a stack of books or a table or a chair will work just fine. I don't really need you to go out and get tripods and all kinds of equipment. They can work on their cell phones. They can work on their iPads. All of their iPads have everything they need on it. They have all the editing software they need on their iPads, and they can upload, download to YouTube as unlisted. And I want to be really careful that when they load things, it's always unlisted so that only those of us with links can view what they're doing. So those are kind of our big challenges. They're not going to have the crew that they're used to working with. We're not going to have the way to sit in here and talk movies the way we usually do. One of my favorite things about film is the open conversations and the side conversations that we get off on is someone will ask a question about a certain aspect of film or a specific genre of film, and we talk about it. It's a little bit more difficult with 40 people playing, I've used this term all the time, the whack-a-mole, where they pop in and out all the time from their different Google Meets as they're sitting in. But I am absolutely here to help out. I am absolutely here as a reference and a resource. I have a cell phone that I got specifically that will accept text messages. I bought it for summer school when I was traveling, which was a really cool way to teach summer school, by the way. And I'm going to give that number to you guys so that you can reach out to me or your kids can reach out. I do leave that phone on my desk at the end of the day. I don't take it home with me. I have to unplug, like all of you. I have to unplug and go watch a few movies for fun or go swim in the pool or do something, and that is also really important. I know that this can be a really fun class for a lot of the kids, and they become very consumed, and they will spend hours and hours perfecting, editing, and they lose track of time. And so again, the question I'm often asked at back to school night is, what do I need from you? In this case, more often than not, I'm going to need you not to encourage, but pull them back a little bit, maybe have them unplug occasionally and say, listen, 3.5 hours on your video production elective class, probably not the best choice when you have math, social studies, science homework to do. So regulate, and then that might be something you need to do. Some of the kids may not be super enthused about the projects. I hope all of them find at least one or two that they really get into. Now, a cool aspect of film is I also feel one of the best ways to make great film is to watch interesting film. And I sent home a list, and you should have all seen it. If you haven't, please ask your student where is the film list permission slip from Mr. Hollingshead? And those kids are going to, there's a list of films that I intend to show, or parts of them. They've all been edited for language. They've all been edited for content to some degree. And if you feel like you want to preview one of those films, you're welcome to. And so I usually show those in class. We take about a week of real class time to break down a film. I'm constantly pausing the film, going over it. So this is going to be a challenge this year of how to do that. I'm going to produce viewers guides. I'm sorry, that happens all day long. I'm going to produce viewers guides that allow you to know what I'm looking for specifically in the film. Some films I'm looking for the use of light, the use of sound effects, the use of special effects. Those kinds of things are all happening when I have them look at a specific film. If there are films on the list that you just kind of are like, no, I don't want my kids watching that film, circle it and send it to me, and I will find an alternative way to teach that element. And once again, you're welcome to preview any film that I'm going to show in class. Now, again, the way I'm going to have to do that this year is they're going to have to view it digitally from my drive. We did it last year at the end of the year, and it seemed to work just fine. And we're going to try to have discussions in small groups, and we're going to discuss the films in a different way. So as far as their projects go, they may need some help from you. They're working on something called Door Scene Part 1 right now, and they may need some help. I have a really cool group who is they are my advanced kids who took video productions last year. There's 7 of them, and they are my video broadcasting. They're the kids who produce Hughes News. There may be times that I may assign an interest piece or something for your kids to do that may end up on Hughes News to assist the broadcasting kids in pulling from that pool. So they may also get a chance to work with the broadcasting kids and contribute to Hughes News, and then they'll get a shout out on Hughes News, so that's a very good thing. Aside from that, I hope your kids are excited as I am, and take this as an opportunity that some of the really great art was created in very great times of stress, and embrace that element of it, and see if your kids can capture it, and maybe they can capture some moments at home that they never would have when 1,000 sports and activities and going 100 different ways were happening. They can find a microcosm to film. So I am excited. The grades are always interesting. The film tests always surprise the kids that they are as hard as they are. But if they fill out those film guides and pay attention, they should be just fine. There's no issues there. But I am going to have great grace and understanding of this hard time. So I am going to be in my Google Meet for the 5th period class. If you want to pop in, say hi, ask me some additional questions, always feel free. I'm available from 10 to 12 every Wednesday as an open meet for your kids, and they can just pop in Mr. H office and come see me. Like I said, I'm always available, text, email, messaging on Schoology as well. All of those things come to one spot for me. I may not answer you if you text me, email me after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I may, but don't count on it. I have to go home and help my own kids decompress and get over their hard days as well. All right. Thank you. I hope to see you tonight, and I'm looking forward to a great year.